ولا يعدم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله وإمام المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الأمهات الكريمات، الآباء الأكارم، أبنائي الطلاب، بنات الطالبات، يسعدني ويشرفني أن نواصل من قطع من حديث بالنسبة للحصص المدرسية. كان في الحصة السابقة وقفنا في Conditional 3 ولا if 3. Now we are going to continue our work according to where we stop. And to be with me or to remember, we have said that there are 3 types of conditionals. The first type, or we call it F3. The second type, we call it F2. And the third type, which we are going to have today. For the first type, as we have done, we said that the first type, we talk about something that possible to happen. And with the if clause, we have present symbol. The main clause with future symbol. For the second type, we say that there is something impossible. And we have idea about the 2 types. Now, we are going to continue our work related for conditionals, and we are going now we are going to have if 3 or conditional 3. As you see here in the example, if he had come, I would have met him. From this, and according to the last thing that we have, this is the if clause, and this is the main clause. If he had come, this is the if clause. He would have met, I would have met him, this is the main clause. Before we have discussion for this, there is something that very important for me I have to put in my mind to understand what is going here, what is going on here. If he had come, here we talk about something that in the past. We talk about something in the past. And according to the idea which we have here, he didn't come. He didn't come. At the same time, I haven't met him. I haven't met him. Why? Because he didn't come. Conditional 3 or sentence type 3 or if 3, we talk about something that unfulfilled in the past. Unfulfilled in the past. According to it, we are going to have, with the if clause, past perfect. The past perfect. As you see, this is, we call it, if clause. With the if clause, we have past perfect. The main clause, we have would or could or should. All of them plus have. Why have? Because the verb which comes after all of these auxiliaries have to be infinitive. Have to be infinitive. Here we have to use have plus past participle of the verb plus the past participle of the verb. This is conditional 3 or conditional type 3. If he had come, this means he didn't come. He didn't come. I haven't met him. But I put in my mind, if he had come, I would have met him. This means that I haven't met him, he didn't come. This is conditional 3 or F3. Type. Let us see here. We have some examples according to them, we are going to make sure to understand what is going with conditional 3. Here I have, if she dash finished, she dash be here. From the two verbs which we have, this is not here. I can do it in two types. First type and second type. First type and third type. Why? Because the second type is not going to be used here. It's not going to be used here. I can use it in two types. But here, we are going to use it in the third type. And because I'm going to use it in the third type, if she had finished, have to be like this. If she had finished, and this means the tense here is past perfect. If she had finished. If she had finished. She would plus have plus the past participle of the verb to be is going to be been plus been. Our sentence is going to be like this. If she had finished, she would have been here. She would have been here. This means she didn't finish and she is not here. She would have been here. She is not here. Something that not fulfilled in the past. According to it, we are just hope something to happen or something we get positive result. But the result here is negative. She hadn't finished. She is not here, for example. If they dash here, we dash arrived early. Here we can do it at the same time in the two types. Types number 1 and type number 3. Let us do it in type number 3. If they had been here. If they had been here. Like this. If they had been here, we would or could have plus the past participle of the verb arrived. We have arrived early. If they had been here, we would have arrived early. Let us see the third example. I dash if they dash me. Here طوالي, as you see, here we have the main clause here. The main clause. And the if clause comes after the main clause. This means that I would have come. This means I didn't come. I would have come if they had asked. They had asked me. If they had asked me. As you see, this conditional type 3 or F3. Type, there is very important thing that you have to put it in your mind. All the tense, all the forms of a verb that related for conditional 3 or if 3 is going to be difficult somewhere. And this means that you have to understand what is F3 and how to use F3. Let us see 2 examples. 2 examples here. Let us see them. For example, the first example, last day I dash my aunt. I dash my aunt. Sorry. My aunt. But I not find her. She be aware if I go more earlier, I dash meet her. Let us see here. Here we are going to begin with the first sentence. The key sentence or the key sentence to solve this question of tense have to be like this. Last day, this means this is past simple tense, and I have to do it past simple tense. Last day I visited, have to be like this. I visited. Last day I visited my aunt. But I didn't find her. I didn't find her. She dash away. She dash away. The most important thing here to solve this, you have to remember that and go back to the past perfect tense. This means that this action is preceded these 2 actions, and according to it, this action happened before these 2 actions. Last day I visited my aunt, but I didn't find her. She had been away. She had been away, as you see here. She had been away. Here, something that not fulfilled in the past, and this means this is conditional 3 or F3. طيب. If here, as you know from what we have, this is a F clause. The F clause I have to use the past perfect tense. The past perfect tense. If I had gone more earlier, I would have met her. Very good. Here I solved the problem with this question. Let us see the second question. If dash rain, we stay at home yesterday. If it rain, we stay at home yesterday. So we have here we dash go out for shopping and dash back. This is going to be like this. Conditional type 3 or if 3. If it had rained, if it had rained, if it had rained, we would have stayed. We would have stayed at home yesterday. So we went. We went out for shopping and came back. And come has to be came. As you see here in this example, how do I know? Here, the conditional is type 3. From the rest of the sentence, you have to put in your mind and you have to remember that these people, they didn't stay at home. They went out. And according to it, we are going to solve this question like this. If it had rained, we would have stayed at home yesterday. So we went out for shopping and came back. Let us see something related for conditional type 3 or if 3, and this sentence is for transformation sentences. When I have sentences like this, if she had finished, she would have come. And I have had in the median, and I have be. He would have come here. The rest of the sentence is going to be. I want to solve it as transformation sentence. To solve it as transformation sentence, you have to begin with had. After that, we have to write the subject of the verb. Had he finished like this? This is the solvent of this question. Had he finished, he would have come. Had he finished, he would have come. Okay, very good. Here we have 3 sentences with 3 questions for different types. And as you say, for all these questions, the verb is be. And here I want to make a difference between the 3 types. Let us see the first type. I dash if they ask. I dash here if they ask. As you see, it is possible for me to be here. And according to the possibility here, this sentence is type 1. if they ask, I will be here. I will be here if they ask. I will be here if they ask. Sentence type 1 or conditional 1. If I dash him, I would be there. I would be there. As you see here, I and him. From this sentence, you see that we have here two things or two persons that completely not is going to be impossible for them or impossible to be here. There is impossibility here. According to it, this is sentence type 2 or conditional 2. And to solve it, if I were him, I would be there. Right. Let us see the third sentence. If I dash away, I would not have done this work. If I dash away, I would not have done this work. This is for me. For example, you put in your mind that if I didn't come, there will not be a lesson for today. But really, I am here, and I have worked this lesson. And according to it, if I had been away, I would not have done this work. This is the three types. As you see here, for a second, this is conditional 3 or F3. F3 or conditional 3, very important for me to know it. Why? All the difficulties that I can find in sentences it can be related for F3 or F type 3. To revise what we have from the beginning, first of all, we have idea about F1 or conditional 1, and we say that conditional 1 or F1 related for something that possible to happen. For example, when I say if he comes in time, he will meet us. It is possible for someone to come, and it is possible to be met. For conditional 2 or sentence type 2, we talk about something that impossible to happen. For example, if I were a fish, something impossible to me to be a fish. If I were a fish, I will not be caught. Here it is impossible for me to be a fish. Impossible for anything to be a thing else. Impossible for anyone to be someone else. And according to it, here, we have, there is impossibility for F2. With F3, here, the most important thing that you have to put in your mind with F3, there is something not fulfilled in the past. Not fulfilled in the past. According to it, the result is not going to be, for example, here. If he had come, this means he didn't come. This means he didn't come. I would have met him. This means I haven't met him. And as you see, we use past perfect in the if clause and would, could, or should plus have plus past participle in the main clause. And we have many examples here related for F3 or conditional type 3. Here we talk about something very important for us. The most difficult questions that I want to solve in tense related for F3 or conditional type 3. Until here, I have to stop. And by this way, we have finished something that related for the verb. We have finished something related for the verb. We have done the tense. We have practical intenses related for passive voice, related for reported speech, and the final thing that we have the conditionals. إلى هنا على ومط إن شاء الله نلتقي في كلمة جديدة من كلمات اللغة الإنجليزية. أستودعكم في رعاية الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.